gents, this is IDAHODUB with another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. This is my second Monday in a row where I'm answering your questions via email or Facebook or Twitter or even comments on the YouTube channel and, you know, in the actual post, the actual mail that you guys send me. I forgot to check my P.O. box this week, but I highly doubt there's any mail. If there is, though, it's probably very little, but I assure you, if you sent me something, I will get back to you at some point. I just don't check my P.O. box that much. I kind of forget that I have it. I set it up just for this purpose. But enough of me rambling. Before I get into the question, I want to let you guys know, because a lot of you don't listen to me in these videos and don't follow me on Facebook or Twitter, but I'm going to be doing a subscriber session this Thursday or Friday, possibly both nights. I haven't decided yet. It's going to depend on my schedule this week. So you'll want to check Facebook or Twitter this Thursday and Friday to see if I'm playing. And if I am, I will post how you can join a game with me, and we'll tear it up in Modern Warfare 3. Hopefully we'll get some sweet footage that I can use in one of these videos. So make sure you check that out this Thursday and Friday if you want to play a little Modern Warfare 3. Xbox only, sorry to the PlayStation people. But this week's question, I'm only answering one this week because I think it's going to take the whole video. And it's actually a really good question. It comes from McKay. He posted it on my IDAHODUB Facebook page. And he asks, if I had my choice, who would I do a dual comm with? And I think that's a really good question because, surprisingly, I don't think I've ever been asked that. I've been offered a lot of suggestions, like, hey, Dub, you should do a dual comm with insert huge YouTuber. I don't really have access to the big YouTubers. I'm just a small fry in the YouTube world. But I've had a lot of suggestions over the last year. And, oh my gosh, did you just see my score when I flashed that? 0-6, Dub. That is not good. I had to take a break from my story just because of my score. Man, I can't believe I put this on the internet. I should have cut that out. But back to the question. I started thinking. I was like, out of all the commentators that I like, and there's a lot of them that I really enjoy listening to, some of them I enjoy more than others, and I've told you who I've liked in the past, but I think some of them just do dual comms really well, and some of them are mediocre. But probably the one person, if I had to choose just one to do a dual comm with, I'll probably go with CNanners. One, because I think he's a great commentator. He's one of my favorite commentators. And he can pretty much make anybody he's talking to like look better and sound better. And he asks a lot of good questions. He has a lot of good feedback. And it's humorous because he kind of rambles. And I think he'd be the one person I'd want to do a dual comm with. And one of the main reasons also is because he approaches YouTube in the same way that I try to approach YouTube. And I think he gives a lot of good insight to commentators, small or big. And if you've listened to his videos, you probably know what I'm talking about. But he approaches YouTube in the same fashion that I try to approach it. And that is, you know, a lot of times what people will do, because there's a lot of people out there that commentate or want to be commentators, and they kind of rush into things. You know, they're like, I'm gonna put videos on the internet. People are going to like me. I'm gonna get a YouTube partnership, and I'm going to be the man. And that's all well and good, but that's kind of the wrong way to approach it, in my opinion. When I started the channel, I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. I thought I could provide some entertainment, but I wanted to make sure it was entertaining. Like, I'd listen to the first like 20-30 videos I put up, I'd listen to like 5 times before I uploaded to make sure they were good. You know, I think people kind of approach it, and CNanners talks about this a lot. People approach YouTube like, I'm just going to put up a ton of content, and eventually one video will stick, I'll get a ton of views, and I'll get, you know, I'll be allowed to put AdSense on my videos. And that's not really the best way to approach it, I don't think. What I try to do, and what I think CNanners does, is I try to put up good quality. Like, I try to upload content that I think is entertaining, and I try to get better every video. And I ask for feedback, maybe not directly, but I ask you guys to, like, you know, what you guys kind of want from the channel, because a commentator's channel is their channel, but also you kind of have to, you know, play to your audience and make sure they're entertained. I see a lot of big YouTubers fall into the trap where once they get big, they just put up a ton of content that isn't necessarily good content just because they get a ton of views and they get the AdSense money or whatever. And I think that's when channels start to suffer. And so I've never wanted to fall into that pitfall. And I think CNanners gives good insight to that, which is, I don't know, I don't really know. I think I just probably want to pick his brain if I did a dual comm. I'd probably just want to ask him 100 questions. It'd be like, I'd be like a fanboy, just like, so, you know, that's what my dual comm would be like with CNanners. But one other thing that I think he does really well is the way he addresses negativity. Because if you upload videos to YouTube at some point in time, and probably very quickly, you're going to get some negative comments. I get them on almost every, I guess I wouldn't say every video. I have a really loyal subscriber base. I've told you guys this before. You guys are good to me. You guys treat me very well. But you know, people get negative on there, especially on my NCAA series. Man, people get crazy negative. And when I first started uploading Modern Warfare 3 videos, people used to get really mad at me. They think I've said this in a video before. I made a whole video about it. They thought I was copying Chris Smooth, and I think I never really figured out why. I guess it was probably the sounds that I used in my video, but they were my own sounds, so I never really understood that. But people are gonna get, you know, leave negative comments at some point in time, and usually it's like right off the bat. I remember my first negative comment. I was kind of sad. I felt like kind of stupid. I was like, man, maybe they're right. Maybe I do suck at life. And then over time, I you know, can deal with it better. Like I shrug stuff off pretty easily. But I listened to a CNanners video, and he was like talking about negative comments and how he addressed it. And he's just like, you know, I don't dwell on it. One, which is a good way to approach any negative situation you get involved in or you've dealt with. You know, just don't dwell on it, because it's not going to help anything. It's going to actually make things worse. And he just, you know, a lot of commentators will feed into it. You know, they'll take the bait, if you will, and they'll start blasting whoever left the negative comments. And I don't know. CNanners, I just think approaches it really well, and that's kind of how I try to approach mine. What is up with all these freaking riot shields, man? There's been like a plethora of riot shields recently online. So yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought there. Negativity, yeah, negativity. There we go, yeah. So I don't know. I just think CNanners approaches YouTube the right way, and he seems like a person that I would want to do a dual comm with, and I would just, you know, shoot the breeze, talk about video games, because that's what I'm playing is video games, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm not here to talk politics or anything crazy or blast my viewers for leaving me a negative comment or anything like that. I'm just here to play video games, put up entertaining, you know, commentary, and hope that you guys enjoy it. So, McKay, that is my very long-winded answer to who I would do a dual comm with. It is CNanners. I would like to do one with Chris Smooth as well. Not to beat this dual comm thing into the ground too much, but I think he interviews people, which basically a dual comm sometimes is an interview. I think he does it really, really well. One of my favorite dual comms he did was with the guy who creates his intro video, like the intros to his videos. And it was very entertaining. I think it's cool when people bring somebody from outside of the YouTube commentator world into their videos to do some commentary. I try to do that with my brother, who makes the music for my videos, or some of the music, and he wasn't down for it. But make a long story short, CNanners definitely would be my choice for a dual comm. But there you have it. Started off 0-6, but I persevered, ended 36-13. Not a great KD, but you gotta take what you can get sometimes. But thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave comments or email me, and I'll answer them next Monday. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Drop to the